Hey guys, this is Difer98, and today I'm going to be playing Hearthstone with hopefully the first episode in an ongoing series that I'm going to be calling Road to Diamond. Nah, not Road to Diamond. Journey Through the Ranks, where I'm going to start off on a Smurf account, this one only being level 6, and I'm going to attempt to go all the way to Grandmaster. Now, the way I'm going to be doing this is, starting off, I am only going to be playing the free week champions. So the first one of this free week is Anub'arak. Going in, it looks like the MMR is very well defined. MMR being matchmaking rating, which is essentially the skill level that you have that the game uses to see who you should go up against. The number on the portraits in each of these are the different levels. So on the enemy team, we have level 35, while the highest on ours is level 20. Now, if you look over on the right side on the enemy team, the yellow people, well, the icon with yellow people, means that those players are in a party together. Now, the map we're going to be playing on today is Garden of Terror. I can actually show you what it's like. And Here's the Storm is different from other MOBAs. There's a bunch of objectives that are built into the map. So unlike League of Legends where there's Baron and Dragon, this has siege camps, which are right here, which are two ogres. You kill them and they'll run down lane for you. Then over here is the bruiser camps, which do the exact same thing except they're melee, with the siege being ranged. Well, with actually starting to get into the talents actually. Gleaming. So starting off, I would say the best talent for him, if you have a high mage enemy team. So with Jaina, I think I'm just gonna do it with Dampen Magic. It reduces the ability damage taken every 8 seconds.
For the frozen throne.
So we're going in on this Muradin. He just, with Arthas going AFK, just in front of us. So his first ability is his Q, which does a line of spikes that stuns people when it hits them. There's his E, which burrows underground, making you essentially unhittable, and you exit on the other side. There's another look at his Q. And his W is where he gains an absorb shield for 3 seconds. So right now I'm just trying to soak up as much XP in lane as I can, because the way this game works, and compared to other MMOs, other MOBAs, is that it works on a talent system. So unlike buying items at certain points in the game, depending on the amount of gold you get, this game is based around talents which you get at certain levels. Those levels being 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, and finally level 20, which is the max level. Now, the main objective of this map is to get 100 seeds, which you can see down there. You get these seeds by killing these little shamblers. Okay. I failed that so much. So they drop the eye seed things. Once you get 100 of them, back at your base, a giant, it's called the Garden Terror. It allows you to break through forts easily. It's the little flower with cute little eyes. Right there. Turns into a monster that looks like that. And you get to control it. It's very good for taking down forts and keeps. Let's see, this one. I want more beetles. I forgot to mention Anub'arak's passive. His passive is that he spawns beetles that push down lanes for you. Anub'arak's role is a tank and for CC. So he is frontline. I can't believe I missed that. Yeah, I'm definitely a Smurf. And that guy right there also drops seeds. Now, there's different phases in this battleground. And the first phase is there's day phase, and then there's night phase. Night phase is what we're in now, where these creatures spawn, and it doesn't stop until all of the monsters are dead. Day phase only lasts for so long, and it's essentially the laning phase, which is what we were in to begin with. I know this is a lot of information. Everything is happening so fast in this. Well, during the night phases, there's 180 seeds that spawn each night phase. 90 to top and 90 to bottom. So right now, I'm going onto their back line. I'm gonna let Vala... No? Well, missed that. Did he just say kinky? I think Anub'arak just said kinky. Let's see. I'll have the beetle seal me. Now, like a few months ago, Anub'arak was reworked, so I'm used to more of his older build, where he just spawned a bunch of beetles, these little guys, and they essentially did everything for him. Though we probably need to be heading top lane. And other heroes have a mount. Anub'arak, when he mounts up, he just flaps his wings, because he's cool like that. Now, I'm heading up top to hopefully kill Jaina. Let's see. I have too many people here. Alright, this is not good at leading, which is where you put your any skill shot ability where you think your enemy will be by the time it hits. Or supposedly it's supposed to hit. Now, my team is all bot lane. I'm just trying to salvage as many of the top turrets as we can. Well, here's the siege camps in action. That's part of the bruisers. And then these are the siege up the top. Just digging away. So health is starting to dip. I don't think I can't 1v1 Arthas. Now, at level 10, every hero in the game gets an ultimate ability, which is where you get to choose between two. For Anub'arak, one is the Locust Swarm, which is a kind of an AoE dot around you, so you leech life from the people around you that are enemies. And then the next one, which is probably his most playmaking ability, is called Cocoon. It wraps the enemy in a cocoon, making them where they can't attack, as long as it's up. Now, other enemies can auto-attack the cocoon, and it will actually reduce the time that the person's in the cocoon. But in most ELO, people just don't, so I'm going to go it. And my aim is going to either be to use it on the Jaina or the Rhaegar. The Jaina, because it looks... Oh, no, the Vala, the Rhaegar. Every time. So that's Rhaegar's ult. It's a massive heal. I'm using that on her. Now, there's also something good about it. Oh. Then there's Vala's ult, called Strafe. Another good thing about Cocoon is, it essentially is a giant stun, where your entire team can just group around that one enemy. Come on, guys. Never mind. Got the stun off on Vala. I shouldn't have done that. Nope, not gonna hit anything. I'm gonna back off because I'm at half health. And these are called the healing wells or sippy cups. What they do is they're like a mini going back to fountain. You can only use them every, I believe, 90 seconds or 100 seconds. And they give like a quick heal and give you more mana back over time. Now, I don't know why Zagara isn't attacking these guys. The reason these guys are so effective is because, well, they can attack turrets while out of the range of the turrets. And he doesn't know I'm here. None of them do. Now Vala does. Get the web on Vala. I have to run away. I would love to kill that guy, but I can't. Ooh! He went right into that. So I'm just going to try to keep this guy's attention on me while Vala tanks him down. No turret. Now his passive is something special. It allows him to regain more HP while outside of combat. That's what makes him so effective, is he can essentially go into a fight, get low health, just back out for a few seconds, and then come back in with, well, more health than other heroes would at that point. Now for this one, I'm thinking Burning Rage, because I'm going to be sticking on their backline targets, and 38 damage every second is really good. You can see it here. It's hitting all of the minions. So now the enemy has a terror, which is right there, and it has two abilities. One throws a plant down that will essentially turn, there it is, people into that for so many seconds where they can't attack at all. I'm wrapping her up because now all I have to do is go around her. W. This is our Kerosene Salt. If someone would die when it's on them, it returns them back to about 60% health. Now, the problem this guy's having is, when you have the terror, you need to push. Because his other ability, which you didn't get to see, disables the enemy turrets. So he is very good at pushing down forts, which is what you normally are supposed to use him for. I'm polymorphed again, throwing back my Q. Does a little explosion when he's done. Actually, our terror is doing work down bot with Li Ming. I'm gonna come down here. No. I might have been able to save her with a, if I would have mounted up and burrowed, but it's all done. Let's see. Rhaegar. Nice juke on his part. Okay, my teammates aren't coming this way. Okay. So in order to get a siege camp, you have to kill it first. Then you have to stand on top of the, essentially the campfire. And after so many seconds of your team controlling it, it'll go run down lane for you, like you saw earlier. The problem is, even if you kill it, the enemy can stand on top of it. So if they try to contest that, if two people are standing on it, one from each team, it won't move either way. So if your enemy's trying to take a camp, you can actually stop them from doing it. I'm heading mid lane. Let's see if you get to see the plant at work. I'm going with basic attacks on. There's the plant. It disables turrets and forts. Doing a stun. Quick burrow for another stun. Attacking this. Well, hold up. I'm dead here. Right now we have Karazim and Vala pushing bot. Li Ming pushing top. Okay, she's recalling. Zagara defending. Now, here's actually a time that I can tell you guys about the different roles in heroes. It has the same thing like a lot of MOBAs. There's a support or healer, in our case being Karazim. His heals are from auto attacks and one of his abilities. Then there's the ranged assassins, which are like the ADCs from every other MOBA. Them being like Vala. There's also ranged assassins, which are mages like Li Ming, which do high burst damage but are based on ability cooldowns and mana. Right now she's getting caught out by the other mage. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna burrow in, miss the burrow, stun, Q, miss the Q, and I'm just gonna keep running this way even though my character's glitching out. I'm going to web the Rhaegar so they don't get healing. And I'm going to take the enemies this way to keep them away from my teammates. Now, I'm pinging them to retreat because they're running into every other teammate they have. Now, the next people I want to talk about are the characters like me and Muradin, which are tanks. They take a lot of damage. Now, some tanks can't take as much damage as others. Like, Anub'arak is more of a utility tank, with the stuns and CCs, while Muradin is more of a just flat-out tank, with more health and armor. And then there's another class that is essentially new to Heroes of the Storm. They are called the Specialists. Now, Specialists range in what they do from each individual character that's a Specialist. There's some that are good at pushing, there's some that are just... Some are just supports, some are good at team fighting, some can get everyone out. So right now I'm just cleaning this up. Right now we're behind. We can still fight because one of the main ways to tell if you can fight in this game is by talent advantages. So you get one at each of those different levels. 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, and 20. Well, up here is the level, which is shared by your entire team. Just like XP. Well, if the enemy team is 20 and we're 18, they have a talent advantage up on us. Now, different talents, there's different advantages. So 20 is a pretty big one, even though the biggest one is level 16. If you are 15 and your enemy is 16, even though you're only one level off, that talent it's game changing. Webbing him. So right now we really shouldn't be fighting this, though it... Okay. Since it's a 3v2, we can probably fight this. Though, how did that not hit Muradin? But, okay. Stunning him. And there he goes. And there's a lot of heroes that have many different gold paths. The one I did was pretty much just me picking what I thought would be best. But I'm pretty sure there is one that goes along with the Dampen Magic. So on the next one you would go with, I think, the Legion of Beetles. than move speed or even the cooldown reduction. There's so many possibilities for this game. I should probably mount up. So right now it is 80 to 85. And that's our guy. What we should do is, instead of recalling, we should just run into them. About right. Oh no, I can't do it now. Not enough people are here. Ooh, but I can do this. There we go. I ulted her right as she was ulting. So it even canceled her ult.
They shall feed my children.
Right now, we should have one person defending, and everyone else pushing with terror. So I'm going to take to Li Ming to push with terror, because she's off on her own. Hopefully she will listen.
It's over for now.
Because the terror can act as a tank, and it's better to have one of the tanks back here than a damage who could turn the tide of the fight with one ability. Nope, she is back here.
I hate to say it, but your enemy has spawned a terror.
So the enemy spawned their terror, and it looks like the teams are just having a terror fight. Now, as the game progresses and the levels get higher, the amount of time you're dead increases. Right now, I'm trying to get both of those guys in that. We're losing teammates left and right. I can't save him. He's running back towards the enemy's base. So if she can bait him,
Your terror has wilted.
come on, Vala. You've got this. Oh, yep. You know what? I'll just ult you. I'll move out of my... There he goes. Cute. Nope. Now, we should be focused on the Jaina, not the Arthas. Or the Rhaegar, not the Arthas.
Killing spree over. We've lost. The enemy is attacking your core.
So I think we have lost this game. The main problem is that everyone was pretty much doing their own thing. We weren't really grouping up together, except for like 3 people down bot.
Well done. Your enemy's terror has withered away.
Zagar just tried to face tank a Murden. Not a good idea. Rhaegar for support does a high amount of damage, going from wolf form.
Your core is under attack.
Okay, come on Li Ming, you've got this. Now Li Ming's passive is very special. When she gets a kill on an enemy, it resets all of her cooldowns, even her ultimate ability. So essentially she just goes in the line last hitting people, and she just gets so much damage.
The night comes, heroes. Remember, kill the Shamblers and claim your secrets.
Now after your keeps, which are these inner like bases, here's one that's still alive, the enemy will start spawning these giant siege engines, which do a lot of damage. So after you use a fort, you kind of have to keep track of those. It essentially pushes your enemy's lanes out for them. Because right now, we have to stay there defending when we could be taking seeds or camps. So what we need to do is, we need to all group top, or in this case, group bottom, because Karazim doesn't want to give it up. Or let it down. Or run around. I'm gonna burrow in, stun. Alter. So my level 20 passive, well, talent, allows me, when I'm standing closer, to increase the amount of time that the person is in their cocoon. I don't know how that didn't attack him. So I'm essentially, this is called body blocking. They can't move through my body, so I am blocking their movement with my body. The problem is we need someone to back and no one's backing. I'm going to back out and defend. Because right now we have 2 sieges that are just attacking our core. As you can see, they're taking down the shield that... The thing about the core is it has a shield and it has its normal health. The shield will actually regenerate over time. The health won't. Unless you have a talent called Emil, which heals up structures.
The terror awaits.
So I'm just heading back here, going for it. They leave a little icon where the where its attack's gonna land, so you can kind of dodge it. And I'm also starting to think. Now the way with body blocking, it goes off of that circle underneath my feet. The same with abilities. If that ability does not hit that circle underneath my feet, even though my body doesn't, it looks like it's above that circle. If they don't hit the circle, it won't hit me. Even if it goes straight through my character's head. Doesn't hit the circle, it won't hit me. Which is the problem I've been having with the burrow. So right now, yeah, Team Yellow is probably the best thing pushing. We are all going for what looks like bot lane. Though we do need to be careful because they are all up. You can tell by nothing being up in the top right corner of the screen. So probably one of the most unique things in Heroes is the XP share. Your entire team shares XP. And at level 20, when both teams are there, it allows you to push. Well, even if you weren't in the game, as soon as you hit level 20, everything is equal. And we're dead. They have 1 dead. Li Ming does not reset her abilities on it. Vala is running for Murden, which is a losing battle, it looks like. Come on, vault away, vault away! What? What the? Next level jukes. Run, vault back into the enemy. Next level jukes.
Your enemy has
So right now we have 53 seconds before we're all up. Probably more because Karazim's about to die.
Your core is under
And they're pushing our core. Our core's at 40%. This is just going to show you what I was saying. That right there, if we would have played that team fight differently, we could have won this game, even though we were losing for over half the game. It's just the way it works. That after you two are equal out, after both teams equal out in level, it just gets, I won't say easy to win, it gets more volatile, where one team fight one way essentially can just win you the game. Same within League, except in those games like League, it's based around items, so it takes a lot longer to get to that point. But yeah, let's see if I reach the next level. I think no, surprisingly not. Though I did reach the next level on Anub'arak. And here's the stat screen for anyone that wants to see it. And the way these things work is the hand is for supports, it's the amount of healing they do. This is the amount of damage they take, so that's for tanks, to see how much they averted from having their squishier allies hit. Kills, assists, deaths, and then how much XP you got for your team. But I think that's it. and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.